good to him?
He was so. He was a good man. If he had a failing Maggie, it was a failing man he had.
He had a speedy release. God be good to him, and that's a lot.
Worse if he was after spending 6 or 7 months in a sick bed. He went quick, and that was the way he wanted it. That was a blessing.
That's a lot, all right. Make no mistake. We can't all go the way we like.
We can't.
You may say we can't. There's no one can.
He was a cheerful sort of man. Cheerful is the word.
What age was he?
He was just turned 60.
He didn't get a bad share of it.
There's a lot never saw 60.
And a lot never will. We must be thankful for all things and accept the holy will of God.
And we must indeed. Well, I won't be holding you up if you're in a hurry.
Oh, I understand, Maggie. You want your own about you at a time like this? I was wondering, if you'd any notion where Madge Gibbons is buried, there's nothing all over her.
I have no idea. Sure, it's one grave as good as another. It's the thought that counts, you know.
Won't you go over to lay on the reeds?
I won't.
But Mother!
Don't butt me like a good girl. I'm in no humour for it.
I just thought it'd be the correct thing to do.
You aren't out enough yet to know what is correct and what is not correct. God forgive me if there's 2 things I can't endure. It is the likes of them 2. Cattle walling about the dead. And the other is the thump of clods in a timber coffin. I couldn't bear to watch that gang around the trench. They tried to look sorry.
Can I go over to lay on the reeds?
No. Your brothers and sisters can do that. That the weeds will do him any good.
Mother, how could you say a thing like that?
It's the truth. God forgive me. It was a hard thing to say about my own husband, but that's what they'll be saying in the pubs after the funeral. Tis what everybody knows. I'm not a trained mourner, God. I can't all a gun or mourn. Not for the arm of another hypocrite to support me.
He was no saint, but he was my father. I'm going over to the grave.
You stay where you are. I have enough to contend with, without my youngest wanting to desert me in my hour of need. Call home there. He's on the verge of the crown somewhere.
Mr. Byrne! Mr. Byrne! Katie's the reeds in her arm. She's left to do everything.
She's the only one he had any time for. He liked her Sunsy. She's all that. He'll be knocked out of her now, though. I promise you that.
Sorry for your trouble, Maggie. You told us.
You look at 2, Gordon. Now, I want a 6-foot-high limestone monument, 3 feet across, 3 inches thick.
You want the boss,
You
Maggie?
can start tomorrow.
But it didn't cost me, Maggie.
What isn't?
They generally wait the 3 months before they put up a stone.
Well, he says they'll be paying you, or Big Maggie helping.
Well, I don't know that I'd be able to do it tomorrow. Oh, I have to shut the Celtic Cross for Fancy, Maggie.
Is Fancy dead now?
One of the 14 months. Why?
Well, seeing as he waited so long, he wait a few more days.
I don't know, no, tis commission with a big...
Suit yourself. If you want to do it, Cornelius Green will do it for me.
Oh, all right, I'll start tomorrow.
Good. How much will it be?
Oh, well, I can't say offhand now, ma'am. Oh, there's a lot of things to be taken into consideration.
6 feet be 3 feet be 3 inches. You weren't a schoolboy.
6 feet be 3 feet be 3 inches. That's a quarter of 18 feet.
4.5 feet.
Oh.
In the honour of God, hurry up! Take that supermarket we're putting over.
I don't want to wrong, no, ma'am.
You warn for me.
Well, I can't do it for a penny less than £70.
£60.
Sorry?
Cash.
Ah, no.
On the nose.
Materials are very dear, ma'am.
£60. Now.
All right.
There's all there, but
Oh, I know, but I don't want to wrong you, ma'am.
the day you run me, Gordon, is the day you get me pregnant.
The bottle's big and small wouldn't do that, or couldn't do that. We want softer stone than you, Maggie.
Here's what you'll inscribe in it. It's all made out.
Walter Pultman, died March 25th, 1963, aged 60 years, R.I.P. Couldn't have to make out that.
Hard enough if you or me.
There's no charge for a little extra. Fill it out for me.
That's the lot. There's no more to be said.
Well, no, it didn't for me to say, man, no, but they usually put, elected by his devoted wife and family, or by his loving wife and family, or some such thing in that line.
Is that a fact? Well, Gordon, there's enough lies written in the headstones of Ireland without me adding to them.
I don't want to being the died man. They were sorely missed. I don't doubt it. One last thing, man. Which way do you want it? Face.
I'm easy about that, Gordon, so long as it doesn't face towards me.
You didn't hate him that much.
Didn't I now?
You couldn't hate a person that much. What's going to happen now?
Well, the first thing I'm going to do is call a meeting. And this'll be the right queer name. There won't be any proposing or seconding. I've a shop and a farm to run, and I'm going to run them profitably or not at all.
Come on, but there has to be money.
Has there not?
But he was insured for thousands.
You're getting a bit too forward for my liking. You'll turn out like your father if you're not careful.
That's not fair. I always took your side in everything.
You did, because you had to roll bottom. You know very well you prefer Katie to you.
To you too.
Don't dare you talk like that to your mother. I could paint a picture of your late, lamented father that would really shock you. This is one place I won't be buried anyway. I can tell you that. I'll fix that shortly too. The earth is a bad enough bed. No big house like these.
'Twas a bloody big funeral. They were there from the city of Limerick. Actually, there was a carload from Cork. A man with a Dublin accent shook hands with me.
Did you fix with the grave diggers?
It's all settled.
And the undertaker?
Paid in full. Here's the receipt.
The honour of God, dry your eyes. Don't be making a show of yourself.
I'm entitled to cry when my father's dead.
It's long before this you should have cried for him.
Maybe I did.
Your eyes are very near your bladder, I think.
Talk easy, Maggie. We'd be lost.
We were noted long ago. Maybe the two of you will turn into me now. Long enough you stood back from him.
That's not fair.
What about the times he regarded her?
You were no men, you didn't haul out and level him.
He was a big man.
Wasn't there two of you?
Or let me out of it. I was never a man to come between a husband and a wife, let alone me father and me mother.
You let him abuse me.
You were well able for it. Anyone that abused you wound up second in the long run.
Wait till I get you home.
It's never a home, man.
Your father saw to that?
Come on, for the love of God. We haven't stopped squawking at each other since he died.
Maybe now that he's out of the way, we might turn into some sort of a family again. That's a terrible thing to say. You were a great one always at closing your eyes at the dirt under your feet.
I know it was a very courageous line of chatter. Now it is safely out of the way.
I'm warning you, miss, to hound your tongue. There's a few changes coming shortly that mightn't altogether appeal to you.
The king is dead. Now live the king.
That's right. Say your piece now, because believe you me, there's a time coming. And you won't have much to say for yourself.
What are you going to do? Lock me in, is it?
There'll be no need for that. You were always used to the good times. We'll see what you're like when the good times are taken from you.
This is a terrible way to be conducting yourself out here in public.
You're right, Morris. Come on away. We've a shop to open.
You're not going to open the shop today, surely to God.
Why not?
It's only after being buried.
Not another word out of you, madam. Come on. All of you.
Miss Putnam! Miss Putnam!
Who's that?
It's Crawford's traveller.
Nice time of day to turn up for a funeral.
Better late than never.
Terribly sorry I'm late, Mrs. Putnam. Sorry for your trouble.
I know that, Mr. Beeman. It was good of you to come.
I had to break a journey. It was only by accident I heard about it. I was on my way to Limerick and I pulled up to get some petrol. The next thing you know, the attendant said that Walter Pulkin was dead. I hardly believed him. Terribly sorry for your trouble, Katie.
I know that, Teddy. It was nice of you to come.
It was the least I could do. Sorry, Gert.
Thank you, Teddy.
Will you take this?
Thanks.
Sorry again, Mrs. Pulpin. If I had known, I'd have dropped everything to be here on time.
We all know that.
If there's anything I can do, anything, don't hesitate to ask.
We better be going.
Listen, I've got the car outside. I can take some of
I
you down.
think I'll go with you.
So would I. That's if there's room for the two of us.
Oh, there's plenty of room.
No. Katie, you go with your brothers. I'll go with Gert and Mr. Healan. I have a few matters to settle in town. That's if you don't mind waiting while I look after my affairs, Mr. Healan.
I have all day.
That's settled. Let's get out of this place.
I'm not sure I care for that fella.
Oh, shut up. You're just jealous of him.
They say he's a right whore's master.
There's no sign of him anywhere.
Maybe it isn't here she's buried at all.
Oh, we can't find Maggie. It's great.
Ask Mr. Byrne. He knows all about the graves around here.
Oh, thank you, miss. We'll do that.
And don't forget to say a prayer for my father when you're praying for Maggie.
There's no doubt, but he left a mighty strange litter behind him.
That not even the worst of them.
No, there's a little spirit there.
And big Maggie Pulpin is a dead-handed breaking spirits.
Good day, folks.
Oh, and good day to you, Mr. Byrne. Fine funeral, considering.
Ah, yes, considering.
They say he left her comfortable.
Oh, there's no shock to Tony. The shop does a good business, and that's as good a farm as ever to up a cow.
He was a hard man, but God be good to him.
And there were plenty harder, but they got away with it. He was a man I personally liked. She was wrong for him. She married him for the security.
He was fond of a woman now and then. That's what they said.
By the way, you wasn't, huh? Oh, that's if you ever got the chance.
Who was without a fault, sir?
He got his own way, always. That's what happened. He had the money and the appearance, and oh, when you have those, you will get the opportunities. But still, I liked him. She was wrong for him. Another woman had made a better fish to me. It's a mistake to fight fire with fire.
They say he drank too.
Oh, a bottle of whiskey was no bottle tin before his breakfast.
Whiskey and women. Sure and nice for a coffin.
Oh, he went the worst of them.
Still, you must admit now he sired a noble share of likely men.
Oh, but don't I know it? Didn't I see his black hair and big jaw and seven lifted? Maggie wasn't there to give herself a gal in the house, you know.
Is that a fact?
That's gospel. Sure, there was no stallion there could have that man. Oh, if you'll pardon me saying so, missus.
Well, he left a hard woman behind him.
She was all right at first. It was the one that happened to her. I remember her a handsome girl. She had no real love for him. He was a good catch at the time.
She's no sack of oats now.
Oh, man, listen, she's nice slippers out down right, sir. I won't deny that.
What made him turn from a fine woman like that?
I wish, but you tell me, missus, sure what turns them all? I've known honest men and upright men, sober men and sane men, and every one of them betrayed sooner or later by a rogue I did. Oh, if you forgive the expression.
Lord save us. But 'tis a hard plight for an honest man.
But did God know what he was doing, Emma, didn't he?
God do.
Right you are, then. Where does that leave us?
As wise as ever. I do often say to myself, why do people be so slow to kiss goodbye to this goddamn world? Anyway, I was wondering, is there any chance you know where Madge Gibbons is buried?
Which Madge Gibbons now? Was it Madge Gibbons that was tackled to Dawn in Summers? Or was it Madge Gibbons that was the housekeeper for Canon McIntosh that Protestant.
Was the cannon's housekeeper.
She gave us the work for the cannon, Macintosh. Ah, well, no. Down there in the right-hand corner, you'll notice a white rose bush. There's a cypress alongside it. Well, Maggie's wedged between the two.
We promised to prepare first for the men they just put under. I fancy he won't get many.
Ah, well, no. I do be here most of the day, and you could count on one hand the number of people that come to praise it. Ah, but the man that's gone under now, he has no more praise to be getting. I'd have covered the widow. I'd say she won't think of the next world until she enters it.
So long, so.
Good luck to you. Limestone. 6 feet by 3 feet by 3 inches. That is a respectable block of stone. It'll be there when he's forgotten. It'll be there when he's rotten. May God have mercy on the poor man's immortal soul.
I died to hear all.
Wish I could be so cheerful. I suppose she's going to tell us now. Well, she can't keep us waiting much longer.
You can compose yourselves a while, but I'm going to advise you all to be ready for changes.
Can I have one?
No.
Is it fair to ask if there was a will?
Keep your shirt on. You'll know all in a minute. Morris, sit down. Did you pay the workmen?
They're paid.
It's on the cash there.
Yes.
And on the receipts.
What's the matter? Don't you trust me?
I trust no one.
Do you mean I'm dishonest?
Well, I never met anyone who admitted to being dishonest. So I would know about those things. Now, if you all listen carefully to what I have to say, it concerns each of you. You asked just now me to the will. Well, there wasn't.
Impossible.
There was no will.
But there has to be a will. He always promised me.
Promised you what? Nothing. More than me, maybe.
I never said that.
Now, there be no will, as I said. That puts me in charge, which is only as it should.
If there's no will, how can it all be yours? We're all entitled to our share.
There was no will because a year ago, your father signed over the place to me.
What?
I don't believe you.
Not true now. Ring up the solicitor and see what he has to say.
You're bluffing.
The phone's there. Lift it. If you don't believe me, you'll believe Darcy.
Sure, how could my father do a thing like that?
Do I tell lies? Do I? Well, come on. You've known me long enough, and you're quick enough to criticise. Well, speak up, one of you. Do I tell lies?
No.
Right. This time last year, I had a talk with your father, and he agreed to sign over the place to me. He had good reason to.
Did you blackmail him?
You learn to bite that tongue of yours, miss. When I've a minute to deal with you, and that might be sooner than you think.
I asked you a question.
And you'll get an answer. I got no more than my rights. I brought £1,000 fortune when I came here, and I've slaved here for 25 years. I don't think anyone here will deny that. Unless, of course, you would like to put your spoke in.
I've nothing to say.
Good.
All right. Tell us how much he left, anyway.
Debt and duties. That's what he left. Enough to keep me struggling for years to come.
What are we going to get out of this?
There's nothing out of it, naturally. Not yet, anyway. You've a roof over your head, you'll cook food, and you'll have pocket money.
Pocket money? You're mad if you think I'm going to stay here for pocket money. Pocket money's for kids. If I'm to stay here, I'll want to share. It's all understood the farm be divided between myself and Morris.
Understood by who? It wasn't understood by me.
You had better get it clear, Mother. I'm not going to be a servant boy any longer. This farm is to be divided. By divided, I mean that both halves be fully stocked with cattle, machinery, and working capital, together with dwelling house and outhouses.
Obviously, you've been talking to someone. You'd never think up all that by yourself.
Well, are you or aren't you?
Am I or aren't I? What?
To divide the farm.
I have to see.
You'll see right now. I'm not going to be fobbed off by the bosses.
Vicky, I'm in no position to guarantee anything to anybody.
Please. You can look for someone else to run the farm. I'm resigning. Come on, Morris. I'm going, Mother.
Well, you know how to turn the knob on the door, Mike.
Come on, Morris.
Morris, you were spoken to.
Come on, Morris. For the last time.
He won't go. He hasn't got the guts of a louse.
Morris.
I'm saying nothing. I've had enough squabbling for one day.
Rude to foreign.
I'll need money. Not much. And permission to stay the night. I can't go anywhere till morning.
Yes, a good night's sleep is important.
Damn you.
Off to bed now like a good boy.
He's a lucky man to be free of you. I'm beginning to have sympathy for it now.
He'll be back. He knows where his rations come from. Have you anything to say, Morris?
Yes, I have.
No time like the present, out with it.
I want to get married.
You do.
Yeah, I do.
And do I know the lady of your choice?
I know her. She's Mary Madden from Rathlimey.
Dan Madden's daughter.
Yeah.
Sit down. How many cows has Dan Madden? 15 or 16, is it?
Yeah.
And 9 or 10 other children to be provided for?
Yeah, you have your facts.
And where do you expect to live?
Why, here, of course. Where else would I go?
Where else indeed?
Then it's all right.
Do you know how much money I had when I came as mistress to this house?
You told us you had £1,000.
And how much has this man won?
She hasn't done it.
And you expect me to hand over the reins after my 25 years to a slip of a girl without a round penny in her pocket?
Well, no.
Then what do you expect?
We could live here with you. A temporary thing. I could work away in the farm for my wages and you... Well, until...
Until I kick the bucket. And that is...
It's not. All I want is to get married. There's nothing exorbitant about that.
And you can tell her to find a fortune at £1,500, and I'll consider her proposal.
She hasn't got that kind of money, and neither do I. At that rate, I'll be waiting forever to get married.
Want to marry for love, then?
I have no money.
But if you marry for love, you don't need money.
There's nothing you say.
You're only 24. Your father was 35 when he married, and there was some people considered him.
God almighty, Mother, will you give me a break? I'm in love with the girl. Oh, she's a good girl. You'd like her.
I'd like her a lot better. She had £1,500.
What am I going to do?
Forget it for the present is my advice. We think about it some other time.
Will you consider it some other time?
I'll go. Stay where you are.
Do you believe her?
I believe her. If Mary Madden can't put down the cash, my mother's not going to let her darken the door.
No, I mean about the will.
She said it'd be easy to catch her out. I believe her all right. She once told me that the worst thing about telling lies isn't that it's a sin, but it's such a waste of time trying to wriggle out of it when you're found out.
Father promised me the farm.
Mick said it was to be divided.
It was promised to me.
Is that why you sang dumb when we cast you away with him? So you could keep it it on to yourself.
Aaron Nick can make up his own mind. It's nothing to do with
He's
me.
our brother,
We've
isn't
had
he?
enough fighting for one day. It's best we all just mind our own affairs.
Well, you're a cute one, I'll say that fair. And you haven't a hope in hell of getting married, unless my mother can jingle out the wedding mark with the man's 1,500.
Sorry, shag off. Now that the old fella's dead, there'll be a quick stop to your gallop. This time last year, you got everything you wanted, and the rest of us might have been around for all he cared.
Stop the pair of you. This is getting us no place.
And where's the ticket? Gives back.
Why in Christ's name did he have to sign everything over to her?
A year ago, and he never let on.
A year ago, Maud Saunders.
What about her?
You remember the time she caught him with Maud?
I don't believe that. I don't believe it had anything to do with Moll Saunders.
You remember the time our beloved mother was to go to Dublin to see that doctor? She left here in a hired car at 8 o'clock one night. She was to stay overnight. You two and Nick had gone into town to a dance. I went to bed early that night because I was dying from the night before.
I remember.
She didn't go to Dublin at all. She got the driver to turn round after dark and came straight back here. If I'd known, I could have taken my father off.
You knew Moll was with him.
I knew she'd come to see him just after I went to bed, but I knew nothing else. I could have been for anything. Could have been for the loan of money. You all know he couldn't say no. Besides, my husband was in England, and he wasn't sending her anything.
You'd swear black and white to save him.
I would. And what about it?
Oh, shut up, Gert. Get on with the story.
Mark arrived around 10 o'clock. They spoke in whispers, but I knew who it was. About 20 minutes after Moll's arrival, I heard someone tiptoe past my door. He went on up the stairs to my father's room.
My mother!
I opened the door and peeped out, and I saw the back of her just outside my father's door. I then dropped dead. There was nothing I could do. She burst in the door and caught him both red-handed.
Can you be sure?
Look, I saw Maud Saunders running down the stairs in her head. My mother after her. Is that enough for you?
He was nothing but an animal.
Oh, shut up. I can blame him.
My God, you're as bad as him.
For the love of God, my mother didn't sleep with him for years. And when she did, I doubt if she was any good to him.
Here now. I'm not going to let you talk like that.
I was at the time when our racist friends. He was in the bar swapping yarns with a crowd of his cronies. I remember him to say that he was married for 18 years, and he never once saw his wife naked.
You can't talk like that. It's terrible. Stop her,
The
Morris.
fun with you is that you never tried to understand my father. All those men in the bar had the same story that night. They didn't know I was listening. Their wives were too damn good. Damn them. They thought it was a sacrilege to fornicate with their own husbands.
I've given up on you long ago. But I never dreamt a girl of your upbringing could think like that. Not to mind talk. You're past understanding.
Maybe I am. But I'm not dead. And I'm not blind to what's going on around me like the two of you are.
I'm not going to listen to any more of this.
Suit yourself.
Was that what led to signing everything over to her?
Of course it was. I know he went to an awful rooms after that deal.
I remember that. I remember Darcy called. I went upstairs with Bernard, my mother.
That's it. Morgan's the witness. She has us where she wants us now. Hi, here she comes.
Nellie Reardon at the door. She prayed for the deceased and saved the stations, which would take her a lot less time than she kept me at the door. Well, there's no need to ask what you were talking about. But I can tell you that your conversation was as big a waste of time as mine was with Nellie.
Look, Mother, I'll go and see if I can talk some sense into Nick.
Yes, do that.
And you'll definitely consider what I asked you another time.
Trust me, Mamas, for years before he died, your father drank and spent most of what we made him.